Today, I can clearly recall the happiest moment of my life, when Dr. Paul Crandall asked the nurse to remove the railings from my daughter's hospital bed at UCLA. Since her birth, we lived in daily and nightly fear of seizures, until the day after surgery when Dr. Crandall saved my daughter from her devastating condition. She was 17 years old and we started a new chapter. It was a rebirth for all of us, my daughter Nina, my husband Tom, and me. As I watched the rails come down, I envisioned the curse of epilepsy vanishing from my daughter's life and her bright future without this disability set before us. Dr. Crandall gave us hope to believe that she could realize her dreams of becoming a school teacher. As a youngster, she role-played with other children using a blackboard and desks in our garage. The shadow of epilepsy darkened those days. When her grandma's seizures began at age 13, she not only suffered enormous psychological damage caused by intense stigma and discrimination, but also physical damage which left her with visible scars. In spite of this devastating curse, Alfonsina, known to us as Nina, graduated from high school at age 16 and gained a 4-year scholarship to the University of California, San Diego. Yet, the seizures became uncontrollable in her first semester away from home. Alone, Nina tried to control the seizures and never complained or cried for help. It wasn't until we received her failing grades on a report card that she admitted her life had deteriorated to the point where she could not leave her room. In our darkest hour, a beam of hope shined on our search when we arrived at UCLA. It was 1977. We shared our story with Dr. Crandall and his colleague, Dr. Richard Walter, who suggested that an experimental surgery could help Nina. Dr. Crandall's innovative work brought us to him, as he had been pioneering surgical treatments for epilepsy since the early 1960s and started the first epilepsy surgery research program at UCLA. Nina loved Dr. Crandall and would joke that she wished he had a twin brother she could marry. Her humor and laughter returned after the surgery. Dr. Crandall's life's work gave Nina a chance to realize her life dream of becoming a school teacher. After the surgery, she completed her degrees in college, went on to earn a PhD in education that led her to becoming the assistant superintendent of the Santa Ana School District. She helped many students with disabilities, language barriers, and behavioral problems. Her personal triumphs in life led her to better understand the need to give these students second chances. Dr. Crandall gave Nina and our family a second chance at life. For this gift, we hope that the Dr. Alfonsina Q. Davies Endowed Chair in honor of Paul Crandall, MD, for Epilepsy Research in the Department of Neurosurgery at UCLA will honor his lifelong dedication to the plight of patients with intractable epilepsy. Dr. Crandall exemplifies a pioneer and his spirit to solve all problems in new ways using technology that will live on with this chair and will be awarded to a physician scientist with the same spirit as Dr. Crandall's. We hope that many more families with a Nina in their lives will be able to take down the rails and no longer live in fear, but instead thrive in a future without seizures. Unfortunately, our Nina was taken from us a year ago by the dreaded SUDEP, an acronym for sudden unexpected death in epilepsy. My husband and I have written Nina's story to help others like her and to honor her memory and that of Dr. Crandall's. Stories like Nina's need to be heard, and we hope that you will join us in our efforts to raise the funds for UCLA to put an end to this devastating disease. My husband, my Nina, and I Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.